Hey, it's Coach Nick Tuminello, and I wanted to give you a lesson on how to do one-arm push-ups the right way. The reason why I put this video together is I've looked across YouTube, various websites and whatnot, and I've seen a lot of people talking about one-arm push-ups and how to do them. And I have to say I was pretty unimpressed with what I saw that was happening from a technique perspective and from cueing and whatnot. I take a lot of pride in one-arm push-ups. My personal record, I've done 30 on my right arm and 27 on my left arm. I'm right-handed, so I'm a little bit stronger there. And I can do foot elevated for 15 to 17 reps right arm, and give or take 14 to 15 reps on my left arm with my feet elevated on the bench. So one-arm push-ups are a staple pushing exercise here at Performance University. To me, bench press, unless you're training for the combine or you're a power lifter, bench press is a low priority exercise. This is a much higher priority exercise for pushing strength because you have so much tremendous core stabilization. You have, if you're pushing on your right arm, right shoulder to left hip relationship, which is all sports. It's that Serapte effect. These work together, and there's a lot more of a functional carryover to this exercise, in my opinion. So, let me show you how we perform one-arm push-ups and a few of the mistakes that I feel people make when performing one-arm push-ups. And these mistakes can really make the push-up a lot just harder on your joints, but mechanically much tougher on you, where they put you at kind of a disadvantage. Those are some of the mistakes. All right, so let's get down to business. First thing, elbow position. You don't, when doing a one-arm push-up, you do not want to have your elbows and arms flared out like this. So this is what I see a lot of people do when they try a one-arm push-up. Their elbows flare out, and they're like this. Now, can you do that? Yeah, that is tremendously difficult because you're at a serious biomechanical disadvantage here. I've talked about that, how to do a perfect push-up video. So we're going to want to bring that elbow in. You actually want to bring that elbow in even further than in doing a regular push-up. So if you had a camera looking at me from the floor up as I was doing a one-arm push-up, this is the position my elbow would be in. Hand position. I'm going to turn that hand out. Wrist not in. Turn wrist position. The wrist is always going to stay directly below my elbow. My elbow is not going to travel behind or outside my wrist. Now, torso position. I'm going to elevate my chest. Watch this. As I drop down, I'm going to corkscrew into the push-up. So I'm going to drop my shoulder into the push-up. Now I'm at the bottom position. And as I come up, I'm not only just going to push, I'm going to rotate my shoulder away from the floor. Look at this movement. See, you have two things happening here. You have this happening, and you have this happening. They go together. Shoulder goes towards the hand as I'm dropping towards the floor, keeping good solid core here. It's okay if your shoulder rotates and your hip rotate as long as they rotate together at the same rate. You're not putting any excessive torque through your spine that way. Rotate, and then as I come back, I want to drive open. So when I come up at the top, my shoulders are square with the floor. When I drop to the bottom, my shoulders are kind of leaning. My rear shoulder is away from the floor. So, let's get down to business. Here we go. Wide feet. Whatever you want to do with this hand is cool. I personally like to put it here or put it here. Hands turned out, elbow goes in. I drop down all the way. See, my elbow's tucked, solid core, and I try to push the floor down. I don't want to lean up like this, and I don't want to flare that elbow out. Let me show you from the top view. I'll switch hands. Feet wide. The wider your feet are, the easier you make it. It's okay to turn a little bit. Right? Because when I turn, I have more weight now on the inside of this foot. I can really start to bring in abductors, adductors. Hands out. Drive that elbow straight back. Turn my shoulder towards the floor. And then turn my shoulder away from the floor. Towards the floor, away from the floor. This is the movement. So, a good one-arm push-up looks just like a powerlifter style bench press, or a good double-arm push-up, except you just have a little bit of shoulder rotation. Elbows in, hands out, a lot of power. Engage the lats, shoulder blades kind of squeeze together at the bottom, and explode to the floor when you come out. That's how you do a one-arm push-up, or at least that's how you do a one-arm push-up Performance U style. I have had folks who are this close to doing one-arm push-ups. We tweak those things, elbow position, hand position, wrist position, and they can do a one-arm push-up where they had never been able to do one before. It's simply just putting your body in a position where you have mechanical advantage, you're able to use the most muscles in your upper body, and wow. You don't need to do any side planks, power-off presses, things like that. If you can do this, that's all the rotary stability and anti-rotation that you need. All those other exercises you can do, they're just an addition to. This exercise right here, one-arm push-ups, to me, this is the king of upper body pushing exercises.